So like before, don't try this unless you are confident, because you could hurt your car. Just removing the rear boot liner thing. So there's 2 screws on the grab handles which you need to undo. Take off the 2 side access ports and the emergency opening. So it's just a Phillips screw that you need to undo, one on each grab handle. Once you remove the screws and the access holder things and the boot release, you need to pry the rear casing off. So give it a bit of a pull. Once you've got one of the corners done, you work around the other side, work towards the front of the car, and then just give it a bit of a pull. It does take a bit to get off, so give it some welly. Obviously try not to break anything when you're doing it. It is only plastic at the end of the day. So once that's off, you need to get the upper bit off as well. Easiest way I found is both sides, pull them towards the centre of the car, and you sort of pop it forwards a bit so it's not a foul. So do both sides, and then all you need to do is the longer straight bit, just pull the whole unit towards you, making sure it won't foul any of the cables, and it will just come out. Just to make access a bit easier, I'm going to undo my warning triangle and first aid kit bracket. I'm then going to undo the, I don't even know what to call that actually, where the parcel shelf fits. So small screwdriver in that little finisher off piece. There's a T20, I think. Undo that. Pull the finish trim on the inner of the boot towards you. You'll see another T20. Undo that as well. At the top of the C pillar, there's an airbag plastic cover. So pop that out, and there's another T20 underneath there. Undo that. Be careful you don't lose that screw. The middle part, the trim, literally just pulls straight down. And you've got a 10mm bolt there, and the same on the other side. Undo them. And what this will mean is just that you can get the cable down a lot easier than if you hadn't done all of those. So they're just trimming the boot left now. There's 2 like little securing plastic trim bits, I guess. So get your trim removal tool, just pull them out. They can be a bit stuck in there, so give them a good wiggle, give them a good tug, and they will come out. So now you need to make the loom to run into the boot lid. So I've got 4 cables there. Got the length I needed, chopped them off, and then wrapped them with fibre tape. At the top of the boot, you'll see one of the rubber protector, I guess. So the ones on the actual car itself, you just need to put a screwdriver in one side, open the tag up, pull it towards you, and then the one actually on the boot lid itself, just pull it straight down. Be careful, obviously, the wiring that goes through there is not the greatest in the world anyway, so you don't want to force anything. But you just need to run the cable now through that boot lid, that trim even. Once you do, back through the hole that everything comes up and through into the boot trim itself. When you refit them, make sure that it's all fitted in correctly, it's solid, especially the one on the tailgate itself. Make sure that that's made a good seal, otherwise you get water ingress. So to stop the error light coming on, I've got myself 2 bulb holders. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run both of these into, there's a cavity on the passenger side. So I'm going to have the bulbs there. I didn't want it anywhere near the fuel tank just in case, and all I've glued it together with is tiger seal. So this is just the run that I've used. So left side goes down there, through here, and appears in the footwell. And driver's side, exactly the same, runs down there, and it appears in the boot well. Sorry. So the The actual wiring and run is all done. Part now dried. Allowed it a long time to dry just because I don't want it going anywhere. This is just garden wire. I'm going to wrap it around the brake light socket thing that I've made there. So a couple of runs around that and then some fabric tape around it again. The idea being it was going to hold an angle that I put it at. But I'm going to have this just sitting in the cavity on the passenger side. Excuse me. As I'm doing this, I've wired the rear lights up with the LED bulbs, and I've probably left it for about an hour, just with its side lights on because I wanted to take a temperature reading just to make sure it's not going to get too hot. But where I've put it, so this is the passenger side. You'll see the cavity where I'm pointing there, and the two bulb holders are just going to be basically in there. So you can see them sat. I put a cable tie round onto one of the holes so it's not going to sort of bounce around. It goes through the hole in the actual metalwork itself, and I've done cable tied it. So it's going to move obviously, but it's not going to sort of bang around too much. Just taking a temperature reading now of the bulbs, making sure they're not going to get too hot. I think it tops out at 30, 35 or 36, which is more than cool enough to be sitting where it is. There is airflow through that cavity as well. And just to make sure, just made sure that it's touch test, if you like. It's not going to burn me or going to do anything like that. So I'm very confident it's going to be able to sit in that cavity and not cause any problems. The next part is going to be rewiring the rear, so you've got full brake light, full circle brake light, and the indicators and the additional side lights as well. So that will come soon.